You must be the dumbest motherfucker alive.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Means That podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene. So you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
Yeah.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Like this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is like one of the first lines of the movie.
Okay. So yeah, we're back with our full breakdown of Last Seen Alive. We did trailer trash last episode, and here we are.
Jerry.
Oh, Jerry. What are you doing to us? Why are you doing this? Why? How? What?
Yeah, you hate to see it.
Yeah.
Should I remind people what the movie's about?
Yeah, you might as well.
for the sake of it. So Will's soon-to-be ex-wife mysteriously vanishes at a gas station. He delves into the town's criminal underbelly while running from the authorities in a race against time to find her. I just get tripped up on town's criminal underbelly because
town's criminal underbelly.
It's not that. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah. So I think we were kind of close with our expectations or our prognostications, but not really.
I was pretty off. I'll admit it now. I was pretty off. Not a teacher, doesn't have cancer, did not join the meth sellers.
But someone should make that movie or that show. That sounds like a great one.
Right? Like I would assume it would win Emmys.
Probably all of them, right?
Yeah, right.
And I was, I don't want to spoil it, but I was not correct in my assessment that she was going to end up dead. Or I think that's what I was hoping, but
yeah, same.
I don't know, they could have made this a little bit more interesting. But
you know who'd be good if they made that into a thing? Malcolm in Middle's dad.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Ryan Cranston.
Yeah, small time guy.
Brian Branston. What's his name? Yeah, small TV guy.
Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle's dad.
Yeah, he'd be great. Okay, well, quick info. We'll get to this, right?
Yeah, pipe it up.
Who did this? Who did this to us? I mean, I guess we did this. We did this to ourselves, but
yeah. So no. Don't put that back on us. Someone else was responsible for this.
You're right. And these are the people. So this is directed by Brian Goodman, who's directed nothing.
Yeah.
2 things, I think, maybe. Lots of TV acting. He was famous for being Major Boswell in Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Famous.
Yeah, he was a belligerent American, I think, in Catch Me If You Can, or not at Catch Me If You Can. What was it?
No, he wasn't Catch Me If You Can. That's right.
Oh, he was. I thought so. Okay.
Yeah.
He was,
like that's like famous for Catch Me If You Can. You're like, oh, he was in it for 1 second.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And a lot of TV stuff he had done. So
yeah, stick to your job, buddy. Act. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't do this anymore.
Yeah, he directed 3 things. He's trying to jump over the fence. Maybe he's seeing that the acting thing ain't paying off.
Well, this isn't either.
Yeah.
This ain't it, pal.
This ain't it. This is written by Mark Friedman.
Yep. Who has done very similar to Brian Goodman, lots of production and no writing.
I think this is the only thing he's actually written. We should say written that's been produced and made into something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, other than that, he's a producer. That's his thing. I'm sorry, he's written 2 things. He wrote Black Butterfly, which was directed by our Goodman fella here. So
exactly,
they're a little team. It seems like
they're in thick as thieves.
In it to win it, I guess. And then who's in this? So we've got Gerard Butler playing.
Not familiar.
We got to talk. Maybe someday he'll be a friend of the pod. He plays Will Spann with 2 N's. In case you're curious. Jaimie Alexander, who is famously known for being in Thor. She plays Sif in that, but she plays the soon-to-be ex-wife, soon-to-be the late dead wife. Maybe.
Well, we wish.
We'll find out. Lisa Spano. Russell Hornsby plays Detective Patterson. I recognize him from something, but
he's in lots of TV. He's like done almost everything, and he's, I think, far and away the best actor in this movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, agreed.
Without a doubt.
He looks so familiar. Meet the Parents. Yeah. He's been in some random stuff, but mostly TV. Yeah.
He's in Gideon's. What's the Gideon's thing there? That like medical drama.
ER.
Nope. That doesn't matter. Lincoln Heights, I know he was into.
Chicago 911, Chicago, whatever it is. Autopsy, Law and Order. Everyone's on Law and Order.
Yep.
So yeah, he plays Detective Patterson. In this one, I saw his name, Ethan Embry, and I was like, I didn't recognize until I was like, oh, that's him. He plays Knuckles, Ethan Embry. Embry from such 90s hits as Can't Hardly Wait, Empire Records, That Thing You Do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering where I saw him before.
Yeah, he doesn't look like the Ethan Embry we all know and remember from those days. So yeah,
gotcha.
He's also been doing a lot of TV since his heyday in the 90s. So
Gideon's Crossing, that's what I was thinking of. Sorry.
Gideon's Crossing.
For Russell Hornsby.
That's it. Michael Irby plays Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
And Bryce Anthony Heller plays Ghost Worker.
I don't know who Ghost Worker is.
I don't know what that. I know,
but he is credited as Ghost Worker.
So we'll take it. We'll go with it.
Yeah, presumably, like, must be someone at the meth factory, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Like, it's not Underwear Guy, is it?
Oh no, I was trying to find Underwear Guy. That guy's great. They should just done a whole movie following Underwear Guy.
Legend.
Tidy whities that aren't very tidy.
They did. It's called The Aviator.
So what did this movie do? Production, budget, box office. This was actually released internationally. It made almost $6 million. Made $5,941,980. Which
for the unfamiliar is about 15,000, 1,500, almost 1,600 fanatics.
I was going to say 15,000. Whoa.
Yeah, no. 1,500 fanatics. Plenty. Still plenty.
Yeah, I didn't pull up I couldn't find in production numbers, but I mean.
It's Netflix, so I don't think we ever do.
No, it's tough, so. Okay. So that's that. This sits right now on Rotten Tomatoes at 15% on the tomato meter, 30%, 36% on the on the people side.
I don't know how it got 15% positive.
I don't know either. Like, who was like, you know what? It's not bad.
Was pretty good. Yeah.
If you're looking for a tense thriller, shut up.
Look elsewhere.
Yes, find anything else. Seriously. Okay, well, we're just cruising along. Hollywood, when you want Hollywood, pitch me, motherfucker.
Sure. No brainer for me on this one.
Yeah, you got this.
The Bounty Hunter meets The Big Lebowski, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had to start with the Jerry Butts. The Bounty Hunter. You saw that one, right? Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Yep.
Way back when, rom-com.
Yeah.
So lots in common there. His wife hates him in both movies.
It's like a running theme for him in all of his movies.
It does seem to be a running theme. And in The Bounty Hunter, his wife also gets mixed up in some shenanigans. Yeah, some trouble that she might not have been. So I think it's a little more explained in The Bounty Hunter because she's like a journalist and she's trying to break a murder mystery kind of thing. Whereas this one is more just like she's bored and wants to get into, I don't know, affair stuff.
Yeah, she's looking for a little poly action. That's all. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And then it's also like there's some old friends coming into play in The Bounty Hunter. I think it was like It might have been Gerard Butler's old friend that was the criminal. I can't really remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But in this one, it's like her old childhood friend that's criminal friend.
Yeah. That friend from high school, you're like, we weren't really friends in high school. I wouldn't call us friends, but.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Both have incompetent police.
Yep.
And at the end, they both end up back together again for some reason.
God.
With his wife.
All the decisions made in this movie, I'm like, none of this is logical. None of this makes any sense. But.
Right, exactly. And he spends most of the movie hunting for his wife.
Yes.
In The Bounty Hunter, it's for money, and in this one, it's for fun.
Yeah. For funsies.
Yeah. So meets the Big Lebowski again for some similar reasons here of like there's a kidnapping in both, right?
Yep.
A kidnapping gone awry in both.
Yeah.
It's not quite as bad as she's kidnapping herself, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, close enough,
Yeah, it's basically the same.
Yeah.
Excessive drug use in the movie, in the Big Lebowski. In this one, it's more implied than shown, but
it's a lot of science happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of science happening there. I'm assuming that underwear guy is a nihilist. Famously. And I'm also assuming that Gerard Butler's character in this movie hates the Eagles. Pretty safe assumptions. I think.
He looks like he's not a big Eagles fan.
Yeah. And what else? No, I guess that's probably it.
Yeah, that's good. That's solid.
Those are the big ones. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
And kind of both of them have like a very one-dimensional plot. But at least in the Big Lebowski, it's interesting and fun. In this one, not so much. I'd rather watch a movie about a rug, which famously, the Big Lebowski is a movie about a rug.
Yeah, I mean, a rug and the guy in his tidy whities. Like that's the movie we need. That's the movie we want.
Yeah,
but we didn't get that.
Yeah. What do you got for me?
So I'll full disclosure here. So the first part of this one, I got stuck because once I caught up on the movie that I thought of, I was like, wait a second, this is that movie. And I was like, oh no. But you filled in my second part. So I just want to thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah. So I went with it's The Vanishing meets The Clapper.
Oh, you did Jeff Bridges too?
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's right.
I like it.
Yeah, that's right. We got a Jeff Bridges connection. So yeah, The Vanishing, which was it's a 1993 movie with Jeff Bridges, Sandra Bullock, and Kiefer Sutherland, which was a remake of a 1988 movie made by the same director.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a French-Dutch film that came out in 1988. Same director remade it for American audiences.
Same director?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, he's all in on it. So he was a big fan of his own movie. So
okay.
So yeah, The Vanishing. So that movie is, I mean, it opens with Sandra Bullock's character getting kidnapped at a gas station.
Right.
So there's that. But unlike this movie, that movie, she actually, I think, ends up dead at the end. If I remember correctly. And he meets up with some other woman. It takes place over a span of like a couple of years, I think like 3 years or something. And if I remember correctly, and I was like skimming through like the plots, some
I think you're right. Yeah.
And he meets some other woman, and then he's looking for his ex-girlfriend, late now dead girlfriend,
right?
And doesn't find her. And at the very end, he has a big showdown with Jeff Bridges there. I think kills him with a shovel or something, and then
that sounds right.
And then him and the new girl go off and writes a book about it.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So it's that movie meets Das Clapper, Der Clapper, The Clapper there. Another ITMT not favorite.
Yep. Go listen to that episode if you haven't.
Yeah. And that's good because we had a lot of connections there. It takes place at the gas station mostly, right? Well, you had a great point. It's a couple that really shouldn't be together, but are, where you're not really rooting for them to be together. You're kind of like, they shouldn't be together.
This shouldn't go well. Yeah.
This won't go well. Just end it. Find someone else. It's fine. What else do we have in that one? Was there any other
The
connections?
mom. The
Oh,
moms.
that's right. The mom. That's right. The mom in the Clapper.
moms.
That's right. The mom in the Clapper.
Really aggressive moms.
Yeah. Very aggressive moms. And then I think that's it for that.
Incompetent police.
Yep. Incompetent police. Big time. Incompetent police. But yeah, I think that covers it. Yeah.
Great work.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about. I'm happy about that one.
Good pitch.
Yeah, man. Same to you.
Yeah, bitch.
Wow.
It's just they just rhymed. It rhymed.
I know. It's okay. No, go with a rhyme. If it rhymes, you got to go with it. That's fine. I get it.
I'm a rhymesman.
Yeah.
Famously.
You could have said stitch or snitch or something, but yeah. Okay.
Is snitch really better?
No, it's not. All right. You want to fast facts? Yep. You want to fast fact me?
Yeah, these are the kind that especially I hate, but I think you don't like them either.
I'm gonna let you do this because you pulled these.
Perfect.
So I love it.
All right. So this film shot in Savannah, Georgia. In 2013.
Oh my God.
Jaimie Alexander starred in a period film, Savannah.
No, stop it.
Which was also shot in Savannah, believe it or not. Good tax credits down there in Georgia.
Oh, God. Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, dude. All these fast facts are terrible. So
okay.
I'm just hearing it. It's literally the only information I could find. I actually dug around for an hour trying to find more interesting things, and there were none.
Yeah, they're like, there's nothing interesting about this movie.
No. So, when filling up at the gas station on the main character's car, you can see the Georgia license plate partially covered up by a New Hampshire license plate. They really went for broke here.
Yeah,
did a great job.
All in.
Okay. Listeners, it's supposed to take place in New Hampshire. We haven't covered that yet.
Yeah. It's a fake town in New Hampshire too. Farnham, New Hampshire. FARNHAM. So.
Yep. Longtime listeners of the pod will know that I'm from New Hampshire originally, so I got a little bit of extra joy out of hearing him talk about Manchester all the time.
Yes.
He talks about Manchester constantly.
Yeah. I mean, you can hear it in his accent, too. That heavy Gerard Butler.
That New Hampshire accent.
Have you seen my wife?
Famous New Hampshire accent.
Or Scottish pirate New Hampshire accent.
So another one here, the background music to the movie, Back at One by Brian McKnight. And then this is being generous by calling it the background music to the movie. It's the background music in the first scene of the movie.
Yeah, when they're in the car, right?
Yeah.
It's like, why
you're going to love this. You're going to love this fast fact. Is reminiscent of Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio.
Rest in peace, R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Yep. Friend of the pod.
Yep. Dead friend of the pod, but yes.
Both are in the key of C minor and feature several beats of C6 followed by a beat of B5.
Who?
Back at One's about 62 beats per minute, and Gangsta's Paradise is about 84.
I hate the internet. What? Can we find?
This has literally nothing to do with the movie at all. Someone put this on IMDb. I don't know what to tell you.
There's we live in a society.
And the last one that we hate, Jaimie Alexander stars in this film with Gerard Butler, who was the star of the movie 300. She also starred in the TV series Blind Spot with Sullivan Stapleton, who was also the star of the 300 sequel.
Well, those are fast facts you love to hate, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. My least favorite fast facts of all time.
Okay. Well, should we just get right into the what we do here?
Let's do it.
What we do best, I think. Right?
The listener's favorite, scene by scene, baby.
Scene by scene. Okay, so we start out with some production companies and distribution here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we get
awesome.
This. Yeah.
The best part of the whole movie, honestly.
Just gonna say, so Voltage Pictures, where did this come from? I know we've done a Voltage Pictures film. I'm pretty sure. At least I know I've heard of them. But man, we got the full animation, the whole thing. You're going down a little corridor, a roof, and there's electricity on
Yeah, I thought the movie was starting. I thought this was the front of the movie.
I thought it was too. Yeah, no, it's the Voltage Pictures. I guess their whole little animation. So
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, huh?
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then right after that, we get it's just a red ball. What do you want?
Do we describe any of it for listeners? Probably not, right? Like it's just like imagine cool electricity stuff and like.
Yeah, I give a quick little like, oh, the camera's like panning on. This is just the Voltage Pictures like opening little intro here, and you're just panning along a rooftop, and you come up to like a circuit box. It's got the voltage thing on it. Electricity's firing, and then Voltage Pictures.
Yeah, I think the movie that you were thinking of, by the way, was The Hurt Locker.
The movie we did not do.
That is a Voltage Pictures movie.
we really okay. How the mighty have fallen.
They've had a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you have some winners, sometimes you have some stinkers, and
That's
sometimes
right.
the winners balance out the stinkers, and you give people opportunity to make a movie. That's where it's at.
You can't have a win every time.
You can't.
Impractical.
Yeah, not possible. So then the next one is Perfection Hunter. I feel like we should have done some homework on these. I don't know anything about any of them.
No, I don't know anything about Perfection Hunter either.
But
also like a cool animated logo,
like a little red ball
these are
thing.
for being probably the lowest budget production companies that we've seen in a bit. These are the highest production value logo animations, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, and even the next, and then the third one is like a stenciled, like at first I thought it was like the Blues Brothers, and it was like someone doing a spray can stencil of like two guys with sunglasses, and then it's like, oh, G-Base film production. I was like,
oh, I thought they were doing a GTA San Andreas thing, like the opening sound, shaking up the can. Yeah. Classic.
So yeah, that's the most exciting the rest of this movie gets, but just kidding.
It's all downhill from here.
No, stick with us. It's great. It's fun. Let's do this. All right. So it opens pretty hot. We open up with the classic. We're seeing the closer to the end early on being like, what's going on, right?
Yep. From the tray. Well, yes. No, I guess
parts of it.
It's parts of it from the trailer.
Yeah, it definitely was. Because I was like, oh, they're just coming in hot with this thing. So it's Ethan Embry's character Knuckles in the back of the car, getting.
I'm gonna have gripes about that the whole time.
that it's Ethan Embry, or
no, that they call him Knuckles like almost the entire movie.
Oh yeah.
Like, why would the cops call him Knuckles? Like.
Because everybody knows everyone in New Hampshire. You know this. You know Knuckles. You know a guy named Knuckles. I know you do.
I know three guys named Knuckles. Fuck.
You went to high school, all three of them. So you get the cop in there, just like, where is she? Kind of thing.
Classic.
And classic. You go, where is she? And he's like, she's dead.
She's fucking dead, man.
And then we cut to
very Big Lebowski-esque.
Yeah.
This guy is definitely like a Lebowski-esque character, I think. It's just kind of like he's just trying to he's just trying to live.
Yep, just trying to survive. That's it. He got wrapped up in some stuff he shouldn't have gotten into.
Yeah. Also, I don't think we're gonna hit on it probably frequently as we talk through the movie, but I wanted so badly to count how many times they said fuck.
Yeah.
Definitely our most fucked movie, I think, right?
Yeah.
In terms of
100%. Actually, I saw it. It was like, it's actually rated R, and I was like, for what? And I was like, oh, because they swore a lot.
Because they say fuck 1,000 times.
Yeah, and I was like, but there's nothing else like there would make it really rated R. Like the violence is, that's all PG-13 violence, I think, right?
Yeah. The opening quote was almost the when he's like in a couple scenes when he's like sitting in his car when he's like, "Fuck, what the fucking fuck is going on?" or whatever. Yeah. What is the script? We'll get to it. Sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. So and then we get the Last Seen Alive title card, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're cut to a car ride, and here we are. We get G-Butts.
Well,
right?
We end that scene with him beating up that guy with "You killed her, didn't you?" kind of thing. Like, and so we're kind of led to think that maybe he killed her.
Yeah.
Trying to build suspense for a movie that will have none.
Yeah. There's a lot of sneaking around, walking through the woods. Mm-hmm. So then, we're car ride. One of our many car rides. Mostly stuff kind of cut into the trailer, but they're listening to the Brian McKnight song, which sounds a lot like the Coolio Gangster Pirate.
A little bit like Gangster's Paradise.
Just a little bit. Yep. Right. Kia C that goes over the,
Yeah, it's a C6 and a B5.
B5, right. Watch me for the changes and try to keep up. Yeah, I know that one. And she's just like, turn it down. No one likes Brian McKnight anymore. And then he doing, so I didn't know where they were. You don't know where they are yet, right? They don't say New Hampshire like that, but he's like, he said, what did he say? He said something like, I reckon. I was like, you Southern? Like,
I've said I reckon here and there.
What was this, the 1800s? Like, I reckon.
Yeah. Shout out to a guy who we were talking about before the pod that we don't talk to anymore, Joe, but he always used to say New Hampshire is like Arkansas with snow. So
not wrong.
Not wrong.
Sorry, bud. Not wrong.
I know. Shout out to Joe, who I hope doesn't listen to podcasts.
It is. It is the south of the north, as we say up
Which
here.
Really, like Maine has like down east. Like down east is their thing. But they are the south of the north. But
yeah, well, once you get past a certain line, right, then it's like, well, it's territory you don't go into. You don't head up there.
That's far. The numbers.
Us normal folk don't head up there.
when the towns become numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, this is incorporated number 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like one mailman for the entire area. All right. So she's like, hey, can you just turn this music down? He's like, hey, I reckon, and then she's like, yeah, the fridge is stocked. I don't know. They're just having a conversation. So,
well, they're having a tense conversation.
Yes, it's a tense conversation, but
it's clear that they're are like splitting up here because she's like,
yes.
oh, I stocked the fridge with everything you like. And he's like, are you going to miss me? Or
it's already started.
She's like, of course, I love you.
Yeah. And it's pretty clear, like just this conversation that she's cheated on him, right? Like that comes up and he's like, I'm good with it. I mean, I'm not good with it, but I'm good with it. Yeah. I mean, if you're into that, I'm good with it, but
yeah, he's going to throw it in her face constantly. So clearly he's good with it.
Yes. And then we get the hint that they're heading to their parents' house, as you called out from the trailer. So,
yep.
And then we get our first kind of pointless title card.
Even before that, like I should say, speaking of pointless, just to force the plot to happen, he's like, we need gas. She's like, but we're almost there. Like, can't you? Like, my parents' house is right there.
15 minutes.
And he's like, no, we really need gas. Like, it's like he's like, what's her name that played
Jaimie Alexander?
Jaimie. Yeah. He's like, Jaimie, shut the. We need the movie to happen. Like, you need gas. We need gas. Remember?
It's in the script.
Yeah. And then he's like, shut up unless you want to push the car. And you're like, what? And like they kind of both laugh about it. But like, no wonder she's leaving you. You're a monster.
Unless you want to push the car. Arr.
Sorry. And then go ahead. Yeah.
And then we get our first useless time title card.
Yeah, I missed this one.
One of many, which I don't know why we need these. Is there any? I mean, it's to build. I guess it's to build like tension, like of like, oh, there's a time on this, right? But
yeah, I think it's to show you all that it didn't. This whole movie takes place over like 7 hours.
Yeah, it's like 9:30 to like it's a work day. It's a banker's hours. It goes from it's like 9 to 4.
Yeah, exactly.
They could just open with that and like the next series of events happens from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
That would have done exactly the same purpose. Like would have served the same purpose.
Yeah. Okay. This all happened in one day. Okay. One business day. Okay. So then we're at the gas station, one of our main stops for a long time. So yeah, he's getting gas. She's like,
well, he's not getting gas. That's the frustrating. Like I love this scene because they spend so much time at the front of it, not doing the things that they like. Listeners, Russ and I are probably like, I know we're dragging the beginning out here, but like, I think we're going to burn through the rest of this because like, there's so much wasted time. There's so much not like the movie is like you blink and the movie like blinks for you. It's like, oh no, like, don't worry. You didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
in that second, like, don't worry. We got you. We'll show it again.
That is a perfect analogy.
And they're like, she says it at this point. Again, I think Jaimie is not really acting in most of this movie. She's like, are you gonna get gas? And he's like, yeah, I guess so. Like they just sit in the fucking truck.
and that is a lot of the scene. So yes.
Are you gonna get gas?
I mean, the reason why we stopped here.
And then he gives her one more chance. He's like, you sure you want to split up? And she's like, yeah, yeah, guy.
Yeah. Well, she just wants some space. That's, we're not splitting up, but.
Yeah.
All right, so she's gonna go in. She's gonna get some water. We got a mother-in-law joke, classic mother-in-law. Spend 1 week,
2 weeks with her. Yeah.
Yeah, spend 1 week with your mother-in-law. You'll be coming home to me. Arr. In that New Hampshire accent. So then, okay, so yeah, then we're moving along here, and then she goes in, right? She gets water, whatever, right? And then she's in the bathroom, and she checks her phone, and she gets a text from Clint, right?
Yeah, and he's still not pumping gas, by the way.
He's
still like standing outside the car.
Arr, premium, unleaded. Arr, what do I want?
I can't read. I just realized.
I think these are numbers 87, 89, 88. Where's 90? Why does it stop at 89? Why isn't there an 86? So she gets a text from Clint. Hey, why you
in the bathroom?
In the bathroom. Hey, why you no calling? Why you get my emails? Being a little pushy.
Mm-hmm.
This is later on going to be the guy that she had the affair with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Really
not a factor.
Yeah. I'm thinking through the movie, like, does it even matter? It doesn't even matter. I mean, I guess for them arguing and
nope. Well, and for them like suspecting at some point, like that's like they do a lot of like very blatant well, don't you think it's the husband, or don't you think it's the affair guy? Like,
yeah.
No, like we know it's not. Obviously it's not.
Yeah. Unless the guy in the car in the beginning was Clint. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
But they do a lot of like intentional misdirection, like trying to make tension that doesn't happen.
It doesn't float at all. Yeah. Yes, you're right. That's what they're intending to do, but it just doesn't work. Like, I know it's not any of these people. So
right.
So then he's on a call outside about money or something, right? Talking with someone named Will or something. Which does that even play a part? Like,
no, like it comes up like I think they do that to show that he has money. Like he's like a property developer, and he's like got big projects, and like he's the guy in charge. Like he's a rich guy. But
it also sounded like he was concerned about money, and I thought that might have been like going back to what you're saying. Like maybe that was another setup for like, maybe he did this because when he gets interrogated by the cop's like, "You got a life insurance policy on your wife there?" He's like, of course I do. Every pirate does.
Every pirate has millions of dollars on his wife.
Millions of treasure and booty. Policy on my wife.
My wife.
My wife. My wife. That's fun to say. So then, maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We're moving on. We're stuck in this gas station for too long here.
We're doing fine. We're gonna gloss through the rest of this.
You keep saying that, but I get worried.
Well, so like this is when rapid succession happens, right? So this is when she's like,
yes,
she walks out of the bathroom. She walks out of the store. Some guy's like, "Hey, excuse me, can you come here, lady?"
Yeah.
And he being Will, Gerard Butler, is like too busy on his phone to notice that his wife is being called off. There's a truck that pulls up, blocks the view. He's finally starting to pump gas. Truck pulls away. And then like first of many goofs in this movie. Do you catch it? When he is done filling up the gas in the car, he takes the pump out and puts it back, and then just closes the lid. Like there's no like screw
cap.
top. Yeah, no cap on the gas.
I mean, there are some cars that don't have caps.
Modern cars that don't have caps.
There are. I wonder if the Cadillac does, but yeah.
All right. Okay.
But 90% of cars
are good.
odds are pretty good that you're gonna have a cap. But yes.
Yeah.
So
Taste noticed that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, good point."
Yeah.
And then he goes into the store to start the frantic search for her. So he knocks on the bathroom. She's not there. He checks the other bathroom. She's not there. He checks the snacks. She doesn't like snacks.
No.
He asks the cashier, Oscar, who will come to meet later.
No snacks, no Brian McKnight.
That's right. The cashier's like, "Did you check the bathroom?" And he's like, "Gah, gah." And like half this movie is Gerard Butler walking around going, "Ah!"
Arr, arr, Lisa.
Waving his hands around like frustrated, like, why isn't anyone answering me? I'm important.
I'm important. I kind of wish the gas station attendant was just played by like some like high school kid, you know? Hey man, did you check the bathroom, man?
That would have been funnier.
She might be down the aisle, the third one, or you can't see from here.
Give me a Jay and Silent Bob in this movie. That's what I needed.
I'm not even supposed to be here. So then he's like calling her and leaving voicemails, which who does that? Text. No one no one checks voicemails. Stop doing that. What are you
like a sicko?
Yeah. You're like someone's mom. No one leaves voicemails except for moms.
Yeah. He's like asking random truckers. He's like, "Have you seen Lisa? Have you seen Lisa? And he's like, Lisa, just like running around the parking lot. And you're like,
and they're playing up him being a little bit kind of crazy looking, right? Everyone's just kind of like, nah, man, we haven't seen her. And then like the music was ratcheting up. Did you catch the music?
The worst part is,
go ahead.
Sorry. Yes, the music was ratcheting up, but like the worst part of that was like he's walking around being like, woman, brown hair, shirt, jeans. And you're like, oh, hair, shirt, and jeans. Yeah. I haven't seen. I saw her. I definitely saw her.
Yeah.
What kind of description is that?
Like.
Oh yeah, she's wearing a shirt and jeans.
Like she has short, dark hair. That's like a very small percentage of
like be better.
be fucking better.
To the music. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, did you know, like the music ratcheted up like an old horror movie? It's not like so out of place. I was like, what is like?
I hate the music in this movie. I hate all of it.
So then he goes back into the gas station. He's like, "Hey, Oscar, do you have the local number for the police?" And Oscar's like, "Yeah, 911."
911. Yeah.
He's like,
"Bro, police much?"
I mean, police stations do have a local number, like you can call. So it's not because 911's an emergency, but he just says 911, and Gerard Butler's he's just like, "Oh yeah, right." Like what?
But like also, if you're pretending this is an emergency, then call 911. Like that's the point.
Cool. Yeah, just call 911. Anyways, all right. So then we are.
This scene was way too long, by the way.
This is like
the first 15 minutes of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and her getting lost and him trying to find her. Right.
It takes forever.
Oh man. All right. So then we're at the police station, right?
Yeah. Well, so yeah, exactly. And we get the dispatch woman being like, "Hey, detective Patterson, some guy saying something about a missing wife or something," and he's like, "Oh, missing wife.
Oh,
fuck.
Haven't. I guess I got to work."
Yeah, got to say fuck a couple more times.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck. I wish he was eating like Twinkies or something. That would have been great. Oh, fuck.
Let me put down my devil dog. Fuck.
So he's like, you know what? I'll take this case. And then we're back to the gas station, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think he's on the phone with the cop, right? He's on the phone with Detective Patterson. They're having a back and forth, and the cop's just kind of like, "All right, yeah, man, I'll be there soonish." Like,
yeah, he's like, maybe she ran into a friend. Like, I got stuff to do. Like, what are you talking about?
Did you check the bathroom, motherfucker? Some more person asked me if I checked the fucking bathroom. Yes, I checked the bathroom.
Can we also talk for a second? This is the first time we were like really getting close up on the name of this gas station.
Oh yeah,
letters EZ Mart.
Yep.
Quick Stop. QWIK stop.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. I'm curious.
Is there an Easy Mart Quick Stop?
You know what? I think there might be. I mean,
I hope so. I really hope so.
We're in Savannah, Georgia, though, right?
Yep, that's true.
There are Quick Stops down there,
but they're not spelled QWIK.
No, there's a Quick Way, KWIK, gas station food store. So it's close. Easy Quick Stop.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah, that might be it.
It kind of looks like it. Actually,
that actually might be the place.
Interesting. Yeah, it might be.
Anyways.
No. It doesn't have that big a parking lot.
So, anyways, that's. I don't think those.
He's like, yeah, we'll get there when we get there, guy. Like,
yeah,
we'll figure it out. So then he's like, stay put. Immediately.
Yes.
Gets in his trucks and drives away.
Yes, and we get that nice Cadillac car commercial shot, right?
You're like, what are you doing?
So then he calls the parents. They don't answer. And then we get a next title card, 10:30 a.m. So it's been an hour.
Yep.
An hour has passed.
And he arrives at the parents' house.
Looking for Lisa. Lisa, are you here?
Well, he just busts in the front door. He just like walks in the front door, which like I know plenty of people in New Hampshire that don't lock their doors. However, they're not expecting Gerard Butler to bust in.
No. The parents are confused. This was just all annoying to me. And nothing's really happening, but except the dad's just being a jerk, and they don't believe him. They're like, he's crazy.
Well, that's just the parents are the worst characters in this whole movie. They're like wildly unbelievable, unreasonable, insane people.
Yes.
Right? Like
yeah. And they seem like they don't they're leaning more towards like, oh, did you guys get another fight? It's like, yeah. Guy, your daughter is missing. Like
first he says, did you check the bathroom?
I swear to God, if one more person.
What do you mean she's gone? It's like, the dad's like, it's like 5 miles from here. Like, obviously she didn't walk this far. And he's like, oh, I don't know. I thought she might have. It's been like an hour. Like she could not have walked 5 miles anyway.
The conversation's so painful and so bad. It's just like, oh my God. So he leaves and the parents kind of like, I don't know. He's crazy. I don't trust him. It's like,
they do a lot of like, he's like, Will is like, does she have any friends that like maybe she ran off with? They're like, of course she has friends. And then the dad goes off the handle. He's like, are you blaming us? And then like Will's just like the script is just so disjointed. Like it doesn't make any sense because it literally goes from the dad saying, what, are you blaming us? Yeah. And Will going, what are you talking about, Barry? And then the dad yells, we were expecting Will and Lisa, and we just get Will and Lisa. And like, what is the script? Who talks like this?
It's such a weird. That's why I was like, this is just annoying. Like, what is happening? Nothing.
Yes.
What is going on?
Will and Lisa.
Did you check the bathroom? Yeah.
And then you're right. Then he walks out, and the parents are like, I don't even think he called the cops, I bet.
And they literally throw out the lines to reinforce that it might be him. He's crazy.
What? Yeah.
He's crazy, and I don't trust him. Okay, thanks for that extra little bit.
He was acting weird, didn't you think?
Jesus. So then we're back at the gas station. He's in the car sitting thinking, and he goes through her purse, and he goes through her stuff, right?
He's like sniffing it and like doing weird stuff to her purse.
doing weird stuff.
I don't know. I was like, what? Why does this scene exist? Like I think, okay, actually I do have a good insight, I think.
Okay.
Our Brian Goodman has directed 2 things and then a short. I think he's in short mentality. Like this.
Yeah.
This movie should have been 15 minutes. And then they were like, no, we need to do feature length runtime. We have to make it 90.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, we'll make it 94. The last 4 minutes will be credits. So like we'll be spot on.
Yeah.
And the premise of most of this movie is just stretch the runtime.
Yes.
Stretch the runtime.
Yes. Yeah, this is, I mean, it was written by Friedman, right? And Mark. Yeah. And I mean, this is like a 15-page script.
Yes.
And then they're like,
the runtime.
And that's, what are we going to do? Let's just sit in the gas station let's have him sniff the purse. G-Butts, can you sniff the purse?
Yeah. Do something weird with the purse. Yeah.
Get all weird in there.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
So then we get one of our many flashbacks, and these flashbacks, oh my God. There's like
one of our many of the same flashbacks.
But then there's a moment later on where I can't wait till we get to it, but there's like, we got like an inception of flashbacks. There's like a flashback within a flashback within a flashback. Like, how deep are we going? Where are we? What time is it? Why are you doing this to us?
Well, that's why they're telling us it's 10:30.
So this we can probably gloss through. I think we can gloss because this is all from the trailer. This flashback is from the trailer, right? So
a couple of choice lines here. Speaking of the script, it's time to get her wet. You want a drink? He's talking about a boat, I think.
Worst pickup line ever.
And the wife's like, "No, thank you."
Oh my god! So yeah, we get all this stuff from the trailer here. You know, oh, you know what happens when you're unfulfilled, and she's like, I don't feel anything anymore, and you know, we get it. They've had a rough time. We know. So,
yep. So this is 20 minutes in now, listeners. We're 20 minutes in.
Yeah. Yep.
Somehow
we're back at the gas station, right? Detective Patterson, he shows up and he's like, you know, I asked you to stay here.
Well, first he goes, any news about your wife? It's like, no, obviously not.
Yeah, actually, you know what? She was in the bathroom.
Yeah, forgot to call you back. My bad. She was just taking a big shit.
I thought I checked the bathroom. It was actually it was a storeroom closet. It wasn't a bathroom. Jesus. So the cop, he knows everyone. He knows the parents, right? He's like, oh yeah, the Adams over in Emerson, right?
Oh, and it's like good people.
Good people. Yeah. What does that mean? What does that mean?
No, I feel like that's a very New Hampshire thing to do. Oh yeah, I know them. Good people, as opposed to all the bad people. That's
like the one thing they did research on in New Hampshire and they got right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Russell Hornsby is the star of this movie.
He really is. So then, so this is all stuff cut from like the trailer too, right? So they go in, they talk to the gas station attendant there, Oscar, right? And he's like, hey man, my camera doesn't work because it hasn't been working for a long time. They're supposed to come out here, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And they're like, oh, it doesn't work. Okay, whatever. And then the cop is like, he's like, hey, this is also weird too. Like, he gives the cop her laptop. He's like, oh, what does she have?
Yeah.
I was just like, really, honestly, I wasn't sure if they were playing up the part. I thought at this point, I was like, oh, they're trying to play up or maybe that the cop is involved somehow.
Yeah, I think they were doing a little bit of that for sure.
I think, right. Cause he just like the way he was playing this whole thing, like, why would he give her a laptop? Like,
and that's what we talked about in the prognostications of like, you said that he probably was involved in the meth ring like the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Bought in 100%.
Right.
That's not the case. Like the cop is, for what it's worth, all cops are bastards. But he seems like he might be one of the good ones.
He's doing the best he can in Farnham, New Hampshire, with what he's got.
Mm-hmm.
So he gives him her laptop to the cop, right?
Yeah. And
he's like, here you go. What's your password? He's like,
I got a whiz kid who can crack this. Don't worry. I got a whiz kid. He literally says, I got a whiz kid. What does that mean?
It feels like they were like, hey, Hornsby, you're a detective, but just be that cool, calm, collected detective, like just be cool. It's like, no,
I'm 2 days from retirement.
Yeah. I was so hoping for like, I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
So he's got a whiz kid and then he leaves it with like, just be reachable.
Yeah. Okay.
So then G-Butts goes out and he's just being stressed, right? And then he has a moment where he's just like, wait a second. He goes and checks the camera itself, right?
Yep.
And he sees it's flashing. He's got a flashing light in the camera. He's like,
from the trailer.
Yep. It's all from the trailer. He's like, that shit's working. So he goes back in, confronts Oscar, and he's like, dude, I know a thing about cameras.
That's live. That's working.
I know that's a working camera out there.
Oscar's like, listen, guy, I don't have time for this.
Guy, I've got things to do around here, Yeah.
I've got cigarettes to stock,
sunglasses to adjust, So he's like, they get into a little bit of. So then Will gets in there. He's just like, nah, man,
It escalates so quickly, like so unnecessarily quickly. He goes from like, you're not helping me. And then he like goes around. He's like, well, I'm going to come back there. The guy's like, whoa, hey buddy, you can't do that.
But he like says that and he's already back there. He's like, I'm fucking coming back.
Beating the shit out of Oscar. And you're like, wait.
Yeah. This was stuff from the trailer too, right? Yeah. And he's beating the shit out of Oscar and he's like, give me that goddamn thing. He's like, fine, man, take it. So he just grabs like the little box at like DVR box, right? Yeah, and I love when he leaves. He just calls him a piece of shit.
Like that's the last line of that scene. He just goes, piece of shit. There's so many good lines. Like he's like when he's beating him up, he's like, "What's the fucking matter with you? What's the matter with you? You're the one who's beating everyone up right now." This escalated so unnecessarily quickly. Like, what?
The words you're saying don't align with your actions right now, sir.
No, not at all. I think this is around when Thais fell asleep.
Oh, piece of shit. What a great line. That's good. I love piece of shit. I need to get into calling people pieces of shit more often. Yeah.
It was a contender for the quote.
So good. So then we're back in the.
So that we're back in the car, and he like speeds off to nowhere, and he's like, "Fuck! What the fuck is fucking going on here? Fuck!"
Yeah, we'd love to know too, man. Oh God! So then we cut to we're back to the police station, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You got some more comments here than I do, so I'm going to kind of cruise through it, but you can stop and pull with us. So he shows up at the police station with the DVR box, right? And he's like,
"Give me Detective Patterson. I need Detective Patterson. I got the tape. I got the tape."
And he's just like walking back there like he can. Like, no, man, right. Wait up front. There's usually a cop up front. They'll take care of you.
Have you played GTA? They start shooting you the second you go that far.
You're immediately like 3 stars. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
So he's got the box and he hands it to Patterson and a sidekick cop there. And he's like,
Oscar gave it to me.
How'd you get this?
Goes, that damn Oscar. What?
He just gave you this looks like it was ripped out. I'm sorry. Oh my God. So then we got the whiz kid there, right? So we got the 3 that are hanging out and they plug it in and the kid's like, I can get this up. And they're zipping through the footage. He's like, no, further back. No. And this is like kind of went, no, further back. It was like a minute, 30 seconds a minute of them. Nope.
Fill up the runtime. Extend the runtime.
He's like, no, further back. Nope, further back. Jesus. So then they find the moment. They find a moment of her walking out, her getting, called over, called by Knuckles there. And then of course a truck pulls into view, right? But we get a shot of Knuckles and a car too. So those are 2 important things, right?
Yep, exactly. And
then G-Butts takes a photo.
Like, that guy seems to know who your wife is. Are you sure you don't know that guy?
And G-Butts takes a photo of the screen of the guy, right? And the car. So we get the whole thing, right? So and then we're heading into the interrogation room, right? Yeah,
well, the cop's like, "Hey, can I talk to you in private?"
AKA interrogation room.
We're gonna have some guys look into that. Don't worry. But also, let's talk. Coffee, water, anything?
Anyone? And I was waiting for the 12:15 p.m. interrogation room downtown.
So you're telling me he likes to have sex with kids?
I teased.
I don't get it.
So, interrogation room downtown. So then, this is just another long, drawn out, kind of annoying scene where basically the cop is asking all the questions, because of course, wife goes missing. The first suspect is the husband, right? So
yep, it's 12:15 p.m. by the way.
12:15 p.m. And then he's hammering on about the man. He's like, "How's your marriage?" And he's like, "Oh, what's this got to do with it? What's this got? Come on, man. What does this got to do with things?" And then he's like, I love the lines in here too. She has a darkness inside of her. Ooh, okay. Remember that time we left a bar downtown Boston? The guy came up to me, he tapped me in the chest. He's like, "You got a darkness inside you." You remember that?
I do remember. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Do you remember that?
I'm sure you didn't. Yeah, I do remember that.
It's like burned into my brain.
I totally forgot about that.
So anyways, we find out that he's from Manchester, New Hampshire. We find out that he's a real estate developer, right? A lot of unsavory people in that business, a lot of money going around, a lot of money exchanging hands, so we're kind of implying that the husband's, involved here, right? Have you had an affair? And he's like, no, but she did though. This whole thing was pretty dumb and pretty annoying.
He's like, "Are you separating?" He's like, "Well, it's not a divorce." And she's like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we don't usually fight. Like, we just, we have conversations, and that's fine. Okay. And then he's like, but earlier you said she might have walked home. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
And like, he doesn't answer that. He's just like, this is dumb. Why are we wasting time here? And this is the first time, one of the first times where I feel like he really goes full American accent. Like, he's in and out the whole movie.
It's all over the place, right? It's either
this interview scene in particular, I think.
Yeah, it's he's either deep, heavy New Hampshire accent, or he, comes back to an American accent.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Why are we wasting time here? But he says it American instead.
Yeah. So imagine that, but in American.
Mm-hmm.
The old American accent.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
He keeps talking about Manchester, New Hampshire. He says he's a good boss. He doesn't leave town, but he works a lot. We covered all that already, I think. This is 33 minutes in now.
Oh my God. The cop's like, every guy's got a wandering eye. Am I right? Am I right?
And he's like, no. Oh, okay.
Okay. But has your wife?
Yeah, exactly. And then we get the whole, she had an affair about 6 months ago. Then the cop's like, you got life insurance on your wife? How much? He's like, I don't know. He goes, I don't know. Couple million, a normal amount. What?
I don't know. A couple million, a normal amount?
Yeah. And then I love Russell Hornsby going, well, I don't know. I make cop money, not developer money.
Laying it on thick.
No, like, that's like a couple $1 million of life insurance, even for a person in their 30s, is like, probably like $50 a month. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess when you're a property developer,
right?
Sure, that's a normal amount. I guess it's not.
I guess I don't know. I got nothing. I have life insurance on. What's my dog's name?
You're not responsible for anyone. Oh, sorry, I forgot about
Armando.
That's right.
Where's that little bastard? He's around here somewhere. I got a life insurance policy out on Armando. It's in the upper like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, a couple million, normal amount.
I don't know, like $100, normal amount. That dog dies, man. All right, so then, fuck this movie. All right, so we get more them going back and forth, and he's like,
Sorry. No. So Gerard Butler is getting very frustrated with all the line of questioning here, and he goes, "You're sitting here asking fucking 9 questions," and you're like, "Not 9? Like, why would you say 9?"
I thought he said benign. Questions.
He said 9, the number 9 questions. You're fucking sitting here asking 9 questions, and he's like, "Oh, well, I only asked 3, first of all, and second of all, like, why put a number on it?" What a weird script.
We're just chatting.
But no, benign questions might have made more sense slightly.
Yeah,
but
benign. They're benign. They're they're not important, right?
Nope, 9 questions.
Jesus.
I had the closed captions on. Don't worry.
Oh my God, I thought he said benign. That's funny. So then, that's even worse. Oh my God.
Get fucking 9 questions.
Oh my God. All right. So then, he's like, well, you're a smart man. And, whatever. He's like, can I go, man? And then,
which PSA to our listeners, great question to always ask the cops. Am I under arrest? Am I free to go? Know your rights. It's not Shut the Fuck Up Friday, but it was yesterday. And as everyone knows, on Shut the Fuck Up Friday, never talk to cops.
And if you're going to say, why are you asking me 9 questions?
Right, exactly.
Oh my God. So then he's like, hey, do you have a photo of your wife? I forgot about this part. And he's like, yeah. And he pulls up a photo of her in wearing a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Dummy. What?
Mm-hmm.
And like her gardening or something, like bending over, and you can't even why would you send, why of all the you have to have a photo of her without anything covering her head or her face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's dumb. Anyways, so then he walks out, and then Will's just hanging out in the interrogation room there, like kind of pacing around, getting all whatever. And I love how they cut to the detective and the other cop, and she's just like, he looks suspicious as hell.
And then Detective Patterson's like, seems like a real wild card.
Like,
okay.
Just, I mean, yeah, you know, sometimes you just have a gut instinct about these things.
Yeah, don't worry, he's about to wild card.
So then we're flashback, right? Another flashback. So we go back to them, and he's like all happy because he got some big contract, right? And they're in like this really nice fancy house, and they hug and they go for a little run on their little fancy beach that's out by the water. And then we cut to
unnecessary.
Yeah, completely unnecessary. And then it cuts to like another flashback, the original flashback where they're by the boat when they have the argument, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So this is the first time we get like a flashback and then another flashback within the flashback.
Exactly.
2 separate flashbacks going on. And then we're back at
to the parents' house.
Yeah, back at the parents' house. And I didn't know the guy's name was Knuckles. I thought they called him Snuggles.
Snuggles.
Snuggles. I was like, oh yeah. They're like, oh, we recognize that guy. That's Snuggles. It's Knuckles. It's like, is that his name? Is that really his name? Snuggles? Like, whatever. That's cool.
No. But no, his name being Knuckles is not better. Like, oh yeah, that's our handyman, Knuckles. What? Why do you have a handyman named Knuckles?
There's
is he a character from Sonic the Hedgehog? Like, what are you?
I think that part of one of our safety tips, right? You never play poker with someone named after a city, and you don't have a handyman named Knuckles.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, that's number 21 on the list of safety tip.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? So, so yeah, they're like, that's our handyman, and they fill us in that they've been friends they've known each other since school. That's all they said, right?
Yep.
And then mom's like, wait a second, I recognize that car. And she gives him like a location. She's like, oh yeah, I just saw it the other day up in blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. That's some garage or something, right? Morrison's, right?
Yep.
And then that's all the information we need from the parents. So then we're back in the car ride, right? More driving.
Yep.
He calls his buddy there, Detective Patterson there, and apologizes, which...
Yeah.
You never apologize.
Hey, sorry about earlier, arg. And the cop's like, no worries, dog. What are you up to now? And he's like, just driving around circles at the edge of town. Okie dokie.
Boating around international waters here. Mm-hmm. And then we got more overhead highway shot. And then, like, why wouldn't he tell the cop, like, the information he's got?
Right? That's what I was wondering, too. Like, he is, at this point, a vigilante that should be brought to justice.
And he's about to do even worse. But, like, why not just tell the cop at this point, like, hey, my wife, her parents recognize the guy and the car. Here's more information. Can you go check these things out?
Instead, he's about to start doing way more crimes than he's already done. That's like extreme assault. Like, they could probably do attempted homicide on his assault on Oscar, right? Like,
oh man,
he really kicked the shit out of Oscar at the gas station.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I mean, he will homicide him eventually.
Oh, he will. Yeah, it just escalates to a point where, he goes from. Yeah.
Well, will he? That's a good teaser.
That's a great question. Will he go off the rails? Will he?
How many murders will he commit?
Will he get arrested for those murders?
Yeah. Will there be consequences for his actions?
Is his wife alive? You can find out in part 2 on Thursday. So thanks for listening. And you should come back on Thursday for part 2. We'll answer all those questions. But in the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That, and we're ITMT Pod on Twitter. And, wherever you're listening, just subscribe or follow or whatever.
Yeah. And if you're subscribing or following, you can also be reviewing. Leave us a 5 stars, maybe 10 stars if it's possible. The most stars you can give, really.
Yeah. Just times it by 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a comment, something nice there. Like, oh, I love how much Russ and Jared talk about hating cops. Who knows? Or you could send us an email if you want to give us some long form feedback. Tell us how much you loved Cops. You can write us at itsthismeetsthat@gmail.com. Or if you forgot everything we just said, because it's a lot of information and we tend to ramble at the end of these episodes, you can go to the website where we have all that information and then some, and soon to be the list of ITMT safety tips.
That's right.
It's thismeetsthat.com.